I want to share a dream I had this morning, right before I woke up. Yesterday, after I got off work, closed my store, that overwhelmingly strong sleep came upon me. Usually, when that happens, I'm about to dream. And went upstairs, went to bed, dreamt all night. Woke up towards the middle of the night, couldn't remember anything I dreamed, but I know I had dreams. I knew I dreamed, but I can't remember what I dreamed. All of a sudden, I fell back to sleep again. And I ended up in this dream slash vision. And in this vision, it was like I bought another house. I bought this house in the hood. And I was living in this house. And I looked out the back door and I saw a Klansman. There was like two of them. It's interesting because this dream came in twos. Everything dealt with twos. There was two Klansmen were in my backyard. They was peeking behind the bushes. And I guess they were trying to warn us to let us know that they were about to do a cross burning. Okay? And I guess it was a part of their ritual or whatever you call it. But they just wanted us to know that they was getting ready to do a cross burning. So I really couldn't make out what this Klansman was saying to me, but I just kind of like just nodded my head to him. And all of a sudden when I looked up, I saw two cross burnings. They were in the sky like they were fireworks. When one cross burning went out, well actually there was two crosses that were burning. One went out first and then the next one went out. Shortly after those two crosses stopped burning, then I'm standing outside and I heard these missiles flying. I saw one missile go across the sky and I saw another missile go. Two missiles. And they hit in the black community. And when I hit the ground, like from the explosion, I hit the ground and I can feel the impact of it. And I don't know if you know what it feels like or sounds like to hear a missile explode. It's like your ears are like plugged, like stopped up as if you're flying in the airplane, but it's like stopped. I can't really describe it, but I'm laying on the ground and this missile just boom, it just goes off and I can actually feel the impact of it. And while I was laying on the ground, me and somebody else was laying on the ground covering up, I heard, it was as if I was thinking to myself, this is it. Because I knew that we were under attack. And after those missiles went off, it's like all of these people start coming to my house. They was trying to come in my house, for shelter. And I was telling them, I said, yo, you can't, this is my home. You can't come in here. But they were able to stay on the front porch. I had them all these people were like on my front porch. Some was trying to come in my house. I kept telling them, you can't come in my house, man. This is my home. And it was crazy. And I wanted to in the dream, I wanted to videotape the crosses burn. And by the time I got my camera, one camera was like, it was out of battery. The battery was dead. And I went to get my other ones. By that time, it was all over with. But me and somebody else was getting ready to go where the missiles landed to see what type of damage and if anybody was hurt. And then I woke up. So, I don't know. The way I interpret that is the black community, get ready for an attack. There's going to be an attack because that reminds me of Black Wall Street. When Black Wall Street was bombed from the air. In this dream, just as clear as day, it was just like it was real. These two missiles flew over my head. And when they landed, I could see where they landed off in the distance. And the explosion was so big, man, it just rocked the whole place, man. And I could just feel the impact of it. And my ears kind of like, muffled up, if you ever know what that feels like. So the black community is going to be under a big attack because if you notice in the media, We're always looking at things where blacks are being attacked. I read an article yesterday where in New York, in Manhattan as a matter of fact, this brother, not only did the cops stop and harass him, but the cops robbed him. They showed it on videotape where the cop was, frisking this dude and he was robbing him at the same time. And then I saw in this other video clip where his brother was getting shot by a cop. Something is always happening with blacks in the black community. So we're already under attack. Okay, and those of you who watch my videos know that I don't usually draw or pull the race card. I try to avoid pulling the race card because it has become a bit redundant among black Americans. They love to pull the race card. I don't pull the race card. I try my hardest not to pull the race card. Although I may think or feel that some racism is involved, I try to avoid that. That's like my last resort. If I try different ways of trying to explain what happened and I can't, and the only thing left for me to say is you're racist, then I'm going to call it the way it is. Okay? But I try not to pull the race card. But according to this dream or this vision, and it could have been just a dream or vision, the black community was under attack. So brothers and sisters, get ready for an attack. Either direct attack or indirect attack. The black community is getting ready to be attacked big time. So prepare for that. I mean, like I said, it was the Klans. They was burning the cross, and I can just see it in the air. It was just lit up the sky. 2 crosses burning. And shortly after following those 2 crosses, those 2 missiles went flying through the air. I can still see them. And then when they hit, it was like a massive explosion. And it's like blacks were running for safety, man. They was like running to my house. And I was telling them, yo, you can't come in here. This is my home. And, it was crazy. So, feedback the video. Tell me what you think about this dream or this vision. Till next time. I'm fearless.